Welcome to Wednesday evening practice, everybody. Welcome if you're joining us in real life. I know that's not the right expression. If you're here in the shrine room physically, there are 7 of us tonight, and we're joined by 4 people on Zoom: Sharon, Beth, Chris, and Emma. Welcome to you as well. Satya will be leading the practice session this evening.
I'm Amitabha, thank you. I'm really struck by the Buddha, and I haven't seen him in this light before. He's quite a new Buddha to the shrine room. We've had him for a few months now, and looks really lit up from below somehow.
It's the lights on.
Oh, is it the light
Yeah.
up? Ah, that's what's happened. Yeah. When we moved into this this space, it was a B&B, and this was the dining room. So we decided to make this the shrine room. And then we found this light that was, it was almost like it was designed just in the little alcove there to spotlight a Buddha. So yeah, it looks really great. Welcome everybody. Is Chris here for the first time as well?
No, Chris Newcastle.
Ah, Chris. I was thinking it was a boy, Chris. Okay, so what am I going to talk to you about? I've just come back from a week in London at the protests, so my head is still very full of that. It feels like it's going to take a few months to process. And I guess for that reason, because the ecological situation has been very much with me, and other reasons, impermanence is with me. We were walking around the garden just before coming up here, and I just stepped on the lawn in an ordinary way, and my ankle just completely gave way and I fell over. I don't know if there was a dip in the grass or this foot's been a bit weird recently. And also feeling the turning of the seasons. It feels like suddenly we've catapulted from summer into autumn. Wondering how long we can manage to keep the doors open before people will just stop coming because they're too cold. And there's a verse that we say on Saturday mornings, which is, "Time has passed with the swiftness of light. It is already morning. Impermanence rushes upon us every moment." And that phrase, "impermanence rushes upon me every moment," is, I've heard it many, many times over the years, and it always strikes me as true, as something that we all live with. I think I'm also thinking about, I had a conversation with Keith just now about Asia, and I lived in Asia when I was 12, and that's I don't even want to tell you how many years ago that is now, when you can start counting things in decades. And we are living through interesting times, still in a pandemic, in a pandemic situation, and at a time where the scientific evidence for climate change and how that will affect us over the coming years is getting more and more indisputable, and the lack of action of governments across the world is also becoming more and more indisputable. So there is that feeling of living through great change and not knowing which way that's going to go at the moment. And I think as human beings, we like to we like to know where we are. We like things to be steady. We like things to be fixed and certain and predictable. And that's just not how life is. But what Buddhism offers us is something that does remain steady in amongst the ups and downs and the uncertainties and the things that change around us. Represented by this Buddha here, who just sits quietly and peacefully and isn't moved. Obviously, this Buddha here can't move, as far as I know, so it's easy for him. But the Buddha himself in India 2,500 years ago did sit under a tree and was steady throughout the visions and the temptations and the emotions that swirled inside him and outside him. And in that steadiness, the Buddha became enlightened. The Buddha was able to touch the ground and find something that doesn't change. So when we come together to practice in this room, we bring with us all of our swirling thoughts and emotions and the lives that we live, things that happen to us, all of that chaos, and we just allow all of that to be here in relationship with this steadiness here. And knowing that this steadiness really sees us, really understands us, and really accepts us. We get to just lean into that. And even if we don't feel more peaceful, we look at the Buddha's face and see that it's possible. We see that it's possible to have that experience ourselves. It feels good to be in this room in real life with real life people and real life people joining us from further away. And just reminding myself of that. I always joke that it's just as well I live in a temple with lots and lots of Buddhas in, because I need to remember, I need to be reminded all the time of that steadiness. And in a minute, we will sit quietly together. And you might want to imagine yourself sitting with the Buddha. You can sit with this Buddha. You can keep your eyes open and look at him. Or you can imagine the Buddha under the tree, under the Bodhi tree. Just allow the qualities of the Buddha to extend out and caress you and allow them to be absorbed. After a while of silence, I'll start chanting, and the Buddha that we're particularly connected to in this temple is Amitabha, the Buddha of infinite light. So we'll chant Amitabha, and you can pick up the tune as we go. Namo Amitabha. Amitabha, 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 Amitabha. Amitabha. We'll now recite the refuges, precepts, and bodhisattva vows together. The bodhisattva vows are on a bit of paper under your chair if you want to join in with them.
I've put the links to the words in the chat box as well if you're
Very
joining us on Zoom.
organised. Very organised. So the first, the refuges and the precepts, just repeat after me. For refuge, I go to the Buddha.
For refuge, I go to the Buddha.
Namo Buddhaya.
Namo Buddhaya.
For refuge, I go to the Dharma.
For refuge, I go to the Dharma.
Namo Dhammaya.
Namo Dhammaya.
For refuge, I go to the Sangha.
For refuge, I go to the Sangha.
Namo Sanghaya.
Namo Sanghaya.
With faith in the three jewels,
With faith in the three jewels,
I pray that I may not take life.
I pray that I may not take life.
With faith in the three jewels,
With faith in the three jewels,
I pray that I may not steal.
I pray that I may not steal.
With faith in the three jewels,
With faith in the three jewels,
I pray that I may not fall into sexual misconduct.
I pray that I may not fall into sexual misconduct.
With faith in the three jewels,
With faith in the three jewels,
I pray that I may not fall into wrong speech.
I pray that I may not fall into wrong speech.
With faith in the three jewels,
With faith in the three jewels,
I pray that I may avoid intoxication.
I pray that I may avoid intoxication.
Innumerable sentient beings,
We vow to save them all.
inexhaustible deluded passions,
We vow to transform them all.
immeasurable are the Dharma teachings,
We vow to master them all.
infinite is the Buddha's way,
We vow to fulfill it completely.
So in a minute, Fee will ring the bell and we'll stand and do prostrations. So we point towards the Buddha, just make sure you've got a bit of floor in front of you, and do as much or as little as your body is comfortable. So just stand and bow if you don't want to go all the way down to the floor. Or we could help you up if anyone wants. And the words are Namo. I call out to Amitabha, which is the Japanese form of Amitabha. So we're calling out to the Buddha of infinite light.
And remain standing.
Remain standing.
It's a different way of saying that.
Yeah, we were, yeah. And then we finish, we always finish by bowing first to each other. So when Fee rings the bell, I will turn towards this way and Cass will turn towards that way, and we'll bow, and then we'll bow to the opposite direction. Beautifully done. You're a bit stuck there in the middle. And then we bow to the Buddha. And then we tidy our seats and bow to our seats. I always forget to bow to the Zoom people. And then we finish with the closing verse, which is on your bit of paper. It's the one that says closing verse.
Do unmute if you're on Zoom, if you want to read the verse out with us.
Blessed by Amitabha's light, may we care for all living things and the holy earth. And then we to do. So announcements, there is a golden bowl in the hallway for donations. The toilet's at the top of the stairs, and if you're free to join us for a cup of tea, please do, or coffee. What are you looking at?
The carbon monoxide lights
I know, I
suddenly
noticed
flashed blue,
that
and it's
earlier.
probably because
I think it's nearly running out of
It'll
power.
start beeping, you'll know
Yeah.
about it when it
Yeah.
I've replaced it about 3 times in the last few years. So.
Have you?
Yeah, because it beeps incessantly.